Good morning students, welcome you all in Classroom Notes by Rekha Jain, and today we are going to understand the chapter Journey to the End of the Earth by Tishani Doshi with the help of short answer type questions. So let us start. First question, how did the author reach Antarctica? And the answer is before you. The journey of author to reach Antarctica started from Madras and involved crossing 9 time zones, 6 checkpoints, 3 water bodies, and at least as many ecospheres. To reach there, she traveled 100 hours using a combination of a car, an aeroplane, and a ship. Question number 2. What were her emotions on reaching there? Answer is here. Her first emotion was that of relief due to its uninterrupted whiteness and pollution-free environment. Uninterrupted means flawless, which is not disturbed. Then she was awestruck on its immensity and possibility of its being ever attached with India even. Third question. Describe Gondwana in your own words. Answer is here. The Gondwana was a supercontinent of the southern hemisphere 650 million years ago that surrounded Antarctica. Before the existence of the humans, flora and fauna flourished amid warmer climate. Gondwana thrived for 500 million years. Thrived here means prospered. But around the time the dinosaurs became extinct and the mammals got underway, and then this landmass split into countries, the shape which is familiar to us in the form of the globe. So here comes the fourth question. In what respect the author calls going to Antarctica a chilling prospect? Answer is here. From a sun-baked southern part for an Indian like her, facing 90% of the Earth's total ice volume is chilling not only for metabolism but also on imagination. That is why that was a chilling prospect for her. Question number 5. Why did she feel like walking into a giant ping pong ball there? See students, since Antarctica doesn't have any human life, though microscopic life from giant whale to mites and midges can be found there. So no signboard, no billboard or any human marker are there. Time is not divided into days and nights, so one can never have even the least idea where is he walking. That's why author felt that she was walking on a giant ping pong ball. Question number 6. Why does the author feel that prognosis for the humans is not good? So prognosis here means knowledge beforehand, and knowledge beforehand of the earth and its changes. See the answer. In a short span of evolution, humans have etched their dominance on the earth. An unmitigated burning of fossil fuels by them is creating a dark cover of carbon dioxide around the earth. Moreover, ice shelves collapse, glaciers retreat, increasing the global warming, and this is hazardous for flora and fauna and ultimately for human beings. That is why the prognosis is not good. Question number 7. Why do you think Tishani Doshi considered the program Students on Ice a success? Answer is here. Since the head of the team, Geoff Green, thought that students are young, energetic, and ready to learn, absorb, and implement. When they will see the collapsing ice shelves, retreating glaciers, they will feel that global warming is real, and then they will do something to protect Mother Earth. That is why Students on Ice program was a big success. Question number 8. What are phytoplanktons and what is their contribution for the globe? Phytoplanktons are single-celled plants which nourish and sustain the food chain of entire Southern Ocean and use the sun's energy to assimilate carbon and synthesize compounds. Any further depletion in the ozone layer will hamper their activities and thus endangering the marine life and entire global carbon cycle. So this will be very hazardous. Question number 9. It was nothing short of revelation. Everything does indeed connect. What revelation is Doshi talking about? Answer is here. The scene of the crab-eater seals stretching and sunning on ice floes in Antarctica was a revelation. This was quite unimaginable that was so close to them. That means crab-eater seals stretching themselves, sunning on the ice floes were so close to them. And this scene was similar to the stray dogs sitting under a banyan tree. So this was wonderful and a sort of revelation for them. So this is all in today's video. We'll meet again with some long questions. Till then, bye bye.